G'day, welcome back to GillysCarReviews. I'm Thomas and today I'm starting a new series on the channel called Top 10. Today's episode is going to be Top 10 Australian made cars. Every Top 10 series is going to be in my own personal opinion, so leave your own personal opinion down in the comments below. But if you haven't been to the channel before, the channel's all about car reviews and giving you a better insight about cars. So I thought I'd shake it up a bit and add in a new series, and there'll be new episodes every now and again. So let's get started with number 10. Number 10, a 1976 Chrysler Valiant Charger. The early to mid Chrysler Valiants only had 6-cylinder engines, but after the mid-70s, they introduced the 8-cylinder engines into the Chrysler Valiants. From 75 onwards, you could spec them with 3 different engines: the 4-litre 6-cylinder, the 4.3-litre 6-cylinder, or the 5.2-litre 318 cubic inch V8, the Fireball. This car was designed to compete with all Australian cars and was very unexpected for Ford and Holden to have to deal with. The body lines on this car just look great. I'm not a huge fan of the front, but when you come around to the rear, it's just got that massive American style muscle car rear end. They sound pretty good too. I'll let you have a listen. Make sure to stay to the end to see my number 1 Australian made car. Now on to number 9. Coming in at number 9, the 2015 Ford Falcon FGX XR8 Sprint. The Sprint was a limited edition version of the XR8, had a 5-litre supercharged engine pushing out 335 kilowatts of power from the Australian made engine, the Boss. What the Sprint had over the XR8 was the Sprint had stiffer suspension springs, meatier dampers, bigger sway bars, heavy duty bushes which gave it better rear wheel grip and less noticeable body roll. At first I wasn't struck on the FGX. I didn't like the way it looked, how modern it was. It just wasn't a Falcon to me, but it's grown on me over time, especially with the supercharged engine and how much horsepower it pushes out. The body lines look great. It's still got the Falcon looks to it. You can still see Falcon in it, but it's not what I used to like a Falcon for. But going on to number 8, we have a 2017 HSV GTSR Maloo. For $97,000 new, you could get one of these, the GTSR. It's gone up a substantial amount more than new now though. They are becoming a true collector's car. With a 6.2 litre 8-cylinder, pushing out 425 kilowatts, 6-speed manual, it's a real beast. The Maloo, but in particular the GTSR Maloo, give a real spin on modern day Australian muscle, bringing back what it used to be back in the old days. Coming in at number 7, the 1971 Ford Falcon XY GTHO Phase 3. The easiest way to tell this apart from its sister, the GT, was by the front air dam and the adjustable rear wing. The GTHO Phase 3 had a 351 cubic inch Cleveland V8. The late Australian Ford racing manager, Howard Marsden, offered a $250 option, which added HO to the end of GT. Amazingly, the HO package, HO stood for handling option. Some customers planning to race at Bathurst spent $250 on top of the HO Phase 3 package for the Special Quality Control QC engine. These special initials meant their motors were virtually hand-built. About 20 of these engines were fitted to the cars and were in 7 of the top 10 finishes in the 1971. While the XY used the same engine as its XW Phase 2 predecessor, it likely made at least 30 more horsepower, even before you spec the car out with the QC package. For a stock GTHO, the estimated standing quarter mile time was at 14.5 seconds. When you had the track car with the track exhaust system and racing tyres, the time came down to 13.2 seconds. Just some of the special parts that were in the GTHO QC pack: new Boss Mustang type camshaft, special push rods, special valves and valve springs, exhaust extractors resulting in lower back pressure systems, and that's just a few. After winning a handful of races at Bathurst, while Ford only produced 300 XY GTHOs, they're a very rare car now, and they're only going to go up and up and up in value. So I'll give you a sound test and then on to the next car. Coming in at number 6, the 1988 HSV VLSS Group A Walkinshaw. With its outrageous aerodynamic body additions developed to increase vehicle stability and reduce drag at high speeds, the 1988 Holden Commodore SS Group A arrived like a slap in the face. The VLSS Group A was the first build for the new HSV branch, a partnership between Holden and the UK brand Walkinshaw. There were 750 made. They were 4-door, 5-litre fuel-injected V8s, making 180 kilowatts. They're just truly a mind-blowing car with the massive bonnet bulge and the massive ducktail rear wing. Just surprising they haven't been sent to Regency yet. Now coming in at number 5, 1971 Holden GTS Monaro. The Monaros just look stunning. From 1971 to 1974, there were 13,700 made. They come with a 5.7 litre V8 with overhead valves and 205 kilowatts of power. With a 0 to 100 time of 8.1 seconds, it wasn't the fastest, but it was for the time. For the time, it was unheard of for any manufacturer to offer as much choices as Holden did, giving heaps of combinations with engines, transmissions and trim. Even with the success it had, it still took them 3 years to bring out the second generation of the Monaro. It was also unheard of for a manufacturer to offer power steering on such a cheap car for the time. If you got the automatic spec, you could get power steering. With the massive 5.7 litre lumpy V8, this has to be one of the best sounding classic Australian muscle cars. I'll let you have a listen now. And now we're on to number 4, the 1973 Ford Falcon XA GT Coupe. For me, the XA was one of the most colourful cars of the time. I don't know any other car that had so many different colour choices. Just look at all these colours you had to choose from. They weren't just dull colours either. You had pinks, purples, yellows, oranges, reds, greens. You had all the basic colours, but it's just surprising how many vibrant colours they had to choose from as well. It really gave the consumer a lot to choose from. With the 1973 Ford Falcon XA GT being spec'd with a 5.7 litre V8, producing 246 kilowatts of power, reaching 100 kilometers, 0 to 100 in 7.6 seconds, and having a 4-speed manual, it was truly one of the best cars of the time. The race spec'd one could reach up to 270 kilometers per hour, which was unheard of for an Australian muscle car. Up next, in number 3, one of my all-time favourite cars. This is truly an Australian icon. The 1978 HZ Sandman. It's just a true Australian icon with a 4.1 litre V8. Just thumps along. It sounds amazing. I'll let you have a listen at the end of this video. It's just an icon of Australia. I couldn't think of anything more iconic than an Australian Holden Sandman. The Sandman came in a ute and a panel van. The utes are substantially more than the panel vans, but I prefer the panel vans because it's just an icon. I don't know what it is about the Sandman for me, but it's just so iconic. It's not like any other car. It's just, the lines are different. It's not sporty. It's just cool. It's a cool surfy car. And with that said, that brings us on to number 2, the 2007 Ford Falcon BF F6 Typhoon. It's just truly amazing. With the leather and suede seats, the chunky leather steering wheel, everything about this car is just special. It's been upgraded to a different level compared to the XR6 and XR8 range. Just the wing on the back is just impressive. It's just huge. Just the body kit on for the front bumper, everything about this car just screams Aussie muscle. In my opinion, I think this car is very much underrated because you can do a lot with them. They come standard with 270 kilowatts at the wheels, but you can easily modify them without changing any parts up to 400, just tuning. You can push up to 1,000 horsepower out of these cars as well, and then because it's a 6-cylinder Barra, they're easily modifiable, and these are going to be one of the all-time greatest collectibles. So I'd recommend you look at picking one of these up now to invest in, because I reckon these are going to be one of the next big things that will go up in value. And that brings us on to number 1 place. If you've enjoyed this video, give it a like, share it around, subscribe. Let me know what category I should do for the next top 10 video if you want me to do another one. And with that said, and coming in at first place, the 1978 Ford Falcon XC Cobra. It just looks amazing. One of the Bathurst's greatest cars, going up against Tirana's, Escorts, Celica's, Mazda 2000s, and winning the 2 years it was there. The XC Cobra comes with a 5.8 litre V8 with a 4-speed manual transmission. The XC Cobra was truly a marketing masterpiece by Ford. They had 400 XC Falcon shells left, and they used the remaining 400 to turn into limited edition Cobras to sell for more. They got a great win at Bathurst in 1977 with a 1-2 victory. They just look amazing with the body lines, the tough stance of the car on the road, the big ducktail spoiler on it, the Venetian blinds. Just like the basicness of the car that just makes it look so tough and aggressive. Also, I just love the colour scheme with the white. You'd think it would look plain, but then the blue accents just make it really pop and send the Cobra vibes. But overall, this has been great fun. Thanks for watching, everybody, if you've watched to the end. Another huge thanks to everyone that stayed to the end and watched. If you haven't already, make sure you go subscribe to GillysCarReviews, click the notification bell, give this video a like, stay tuned for the next videos. We've got some great content coming. We've got the Adelaide 500, a V8 Supercars race if you're not from Australia. We've also got an all Ford day coming up. I've got 2 more car reviews that I'm aware of that I can do right now. And yeah, and by the end of the year we'll have some great content out for you guys to watch. So let's keep growing this channel, try and get to 1,000 subscribers by the middle of next year. That'd be a huge goal. And thanks again for 77 subscribers, it means a lot to me. And thanks for watching, see you next time.